Hey Saber fans, got a KR Sabers Hero for you today. Nice sloth furnace blue trace PCB. Well, there's some tape up here to protect the shine that the customer originally put on here. And neopixel accent LEDs. Still has the KR Sabers PCB in here, and neopixel proffie. Responsive blade, color changing on the fly. You can see the green essentially matches the blade to whatever color it is. And the red just flickers the whole time. Slows down whenever it's off. I'll just run through all the fonts real quick. Red. Purple. These are all from Kyberphonic. You can see the accent LED is mimicking it. It's kind of a dark blue for that one. Yellow. That one looks more like a green on that one, but that yellow, nice golden yellow. White. This is Eton Crystal by one of the members in the open source groups. She's got a few really nice fonts out there. This is one that I really like. These are Cyber Development by Alex Redmond. A dark orange. Prototype 1. This one's Energy, or Power Burst? Power Surge? I think so. These are all from FET263. Fernando does amazing work. Yeah. Prototype 2. That being said, huge shout out to Fernando for the blade presets. Makes life so much easier to get all the cool features. Thank you for Jesse Kirkbride at Kyberphonic for his amazing free font. Thank you, oh god, what's his name? I think it's like Daryl something on the open source groups for the Eton Crystal, another free font. Thank you, Alex Redmond, for Cyber Development and Prototype fonts. This is another big thank you to Fernando for this flame style. It's so freaking cool. You can see as you tilt it slower to the bottom, this is about where it's ending. That's so cool. Prototype 3. And here's Dark Saber. Kind of hard to pick it up on video, but a lot of unstable flickering going on. It's fantastic. I can't remember what I had for this one. I wonder if I did. Oh yeah, I did the Death Star one. That's right, from Fernando. It's like whenever it's about to blast a planet to bits. You see massive flickering, pulsing more so. Green. And back to green. So there's all 12 presets and fonts, all of which were freebies. the blade, I had to go with a recessed PCB. Used two 440 screws on the side to hold it in place. I actually did not have a Shapeways printed piece this time, so I just designed one myself. It's actually pretty easy, but the PCB snapped in there perfectly. As you can see, it was fully lit all the way to the tip using WS2812 strips. It's got a stock PCB with a recessed holder, more or less. Designed it myself, super easy. Those are the only two parts that I supplied. Now, of course, we have our GA3 Designs chassis. This is a TCS WOW speaker. I'm only running it at 1200 because I don't trust these speakers at all. I'd much rather the customer have, you know, a speaker that lasts a long time. So running it at 1200 out of, because, you know, that's the safe range for Saber Essentials. Other stuff you can push harder. I've always had bad luck with these, like whether you're going to get a gem or a dud. So I just play it safe at 1200 regardless. But got your little pin header, 2.54 millimeter pin header, and two 3 millimeter magnets, which sink in quite well with this. I believe it's, yeah, perfectly horizontal in between the grooves. And there you have the female 2.54 millimeter on the bottom, 1.3 millimeter recharge port, kill switch, cut the power to the board. Have your SD card access right above that, as well as the micro USB, and then the other two 3 millimeter magnets on the sides. So these chassis are fantastic, but they're a bit more of a challenge on static pommel. They're a bit more of a challenge than your typical chassis because the control box, you got two options really. You can either wire from the control box to the board while it's hanging out here loose. Good luck with that. Or you can wire from the board up to here, which will require you to essentially fish out these wires through here and then finish the control box last. Doing it the second method always works out well for me, and it also kind of makes me feel like I'm Luke back in the deleted cave scene, honestly, just working on it. Yeah, this is a beautiful idealized hero. I mean, the tri-ring is in perfect alignment with the control box. The grooves are not too thick, not too slim. They're very even from top to bottom. Real copper neck. You know, blade depth is very minimal. I mean, yeah. You don't get much blade depth. I originally tried this with a PCB holder that sits flush on the bottom. It's 1 inch outside diameter. And I started getting goofy results from the blade that I made for the customer. It's like it was losing data connection as I was spinning it around, so that led me to believe that I didn't have enough blade depth to properly secure it. You know, a lot of people try to get around thin neck neopixels by having flush connectors, and I'm sorry, it just doesn't work for me. It's, you know, you go to swing it around and you can feel it wobble on the inside. It just feels like trash to me personally. But yeah, this has the 15 amp 18650 battery. Switches, bottom is activation, top is auxiliary. You can tell with the static pommel with the single through hole, sound is significantly muffled. Makes me think of a Graflex actually. You can hear it, but you know, compare that to the vented pommel. No comparison, really. Easy peasy. Now for the blade plug, I did add a couple 3D printed pieces of plastic in there, just in case. I mean, you don't want those neopixel pins to be touching metal. They'll bridge them, you know, positive, negative, data all put together. Psst, fried, gone, goodbye, kaput. There goes a $20 PCB, right? Yeah, she's a beauty. I would love to see Sabers do another run of these one day, because he got these so well designed. Oh, Sabers and one replicas, they always knock it out of the park. There's even that little groove along here. Same for this part, for the control box. The control box overlaps a little bit. I can't remember which one that's. Yeah, there's my mouse pad shining off the bottom. There you go. I can't remember which one it is that's. Is it the cave scene or the I see you've constructed a new lightsaber where it overhangs? I think it's the I see you've constructed a new lightsaber, but I can't be 100% certain on that one. But yeah, it's, you know, with the new photos of the accurate hero, everybody keeps going to this antique gold paint on aluminum. It's just not the same for me. I mean, that lovely copper just sells it for me. And I know there's a lot of good heroes coming out recently, like the Anakin Starkiller hero. That was awesome. I love that. I even have one with Pete Sandoval getting powder coated. I'm doing copper because need any more explanation? Just explain it myself. I love the copper. But I know that there's also the Magic of Myth, the Mom hero by, what is it, Vanity Arts or something like that? Something like that. It's on the RPF. But that one's looking pretty damn good. And, you know, there's so many new accurate things coming out. Like, for instance, I'm going to grab this real quick. So here's my KR hero with a tri-ring from one of the members on the RPF. So let me put it down like this, because it's not going to stay up on this one. Like, look at the difference in between the two. Leaps and bounds different. And this is one in a mild steel. Yeah, I love the KR hero. It's, you know, I had one of these once before, sold it, regretted it ever since. Got that one. It's even better because it came with the static pommel instead of my previous one that didn't. And yeah, that's one of them that I'll have a hard time letting go of. But yeah, the Mom hero, that's shaping up to be something. Now, I love the Anakin Starkiller hero because it had, you know, it was full aluminum from like top to down here. So it was all one piece. You know, you could unscrew that, have a crystal reveal, which is in the works, and then the emitter collar actually unscrews, revealing your two set screws for a blade. I was like, that is genius. And it's accurate, you know, there's no visible set screw like on a KR hero, even though I love the 632 set screw used on this. And the control box on the Anakin Starkiller is amazing. The pommel, everything about it, awesome. Now the Mom, I really have high hopes for that one. Really got high hopes because it's gonna have 3 separate wind vanes, aluminum, copper, and I think bronze. I'm not sure why they chose bronze yet. Maybe that's the accuracy to the antique gold paint. And it's gonna have 2 grenade grips, one idealized and one uneven, like on the Anakin Starkiller or the 7 Chambers hero. Both of those had uneven. Let's see, what else does it have? I think that's the main variants that it has, so you can completely swap it out to whatever the hell you want. and it's FX ready. So there's a lot of good options out there. I haven't seen many people letting go of their Anakin Starkiller heroes just because it's so flippin' good. Yeah, once I get it back from Pete Sandoval with the copper powder coat, yeah, it's going to be in between that and the Mom hero, because, you know, if I had to choose one, I would have a hard time choosing any of them other than the Vader's Vault hero, because theirs is quite immaculate. Like, they have the copper neck, copper control box, and now they're offering the screen accurate versions with the uneven rings and the misplaced tri-ring and 2 separate pommel caps. But the main thing that sells me about the Vader's Vault hero is the fact that it unscrews right there. Like, oh, they could do some wicked ass crystal reveals with theirs now, because their Gen 1 it didn't unscrew here. Their Gen 2 it does for removable battery. Could you imagine if they did a Kyber version of their hero? Like, all that being a crystal reveal? I mean, maybe they could even do something down here, but probably not. They'd pretty much all be in here, similar to Goth. Or who knows, maybe it would be down here. You know, there's quite a bit of chunk to work with from here to there. It's, you know, I have all the electronics up in here. You know, either way. Vader's Vault Kyber Hero, that thing would sell out so fast. And considering their hero already starts off at, it's either $700 or $800. Could you imagine how much a crystal reveal would be? Probably like $1,200 to $1,500. Would not be cheap. Anyways, I've yapped on long enough. Hope you enjoyed the hero video. This is by far one of my top 3 sabers. It's what I grew up loving. It's, you know, I love the V2, but the hero has a special place in my heart. You know, my very first lightsaber was the Power of the Force Luke Skywalker hilt, which was modeled after the V3. Not too big of a fan of the V3. It looks good, but there's just something about the hero, the V1 hero, that just sells it for me. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Until next time, may the Force be with you always.